The play clock before that last play and the game clock were almost in sync. Originally, I think Marino thought he could go all the way to the 2-minute warning, then realized he had to take a timeout. So it's 3rd and 12 with 2:02 to play in the half. He needs 12, and he hits Williams, and he is out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
Oh, boy, this brings up an interesting ball.
With the tackle. And it's going to be Miami's ball at the 36-yard line, the 2-minute warning. 4th down and 3. If the Dolphins were to elect to kick a field goal, Pete Stoyanovich would be looking at about a 54-yarder, the longest ever in postseason play, a 58-yarder by Stoyanovich in a game between these two teams 4 years ago here in a wild card game. But right now, the Dolphins line up to go for it with 1:56 to the half. 4th down and 3.
And if they don't get it, they're going to leave Kansas City in great field position with timeouts.
1:56 remaining in the half. KC up by 7. Marino pressured, guns it, open man McDuffie. First down to the 18-yard line.
Whoa, boy.
Oh, how good was that?
Well, how
Marino,
good.
under enormous duress, waited, and finally delivered at the last second.
But a great job by the Dolphin offensive linemen of hanging with their guys, staying on a block longer than you normally would have to, but knowing the importance of a 4th down play. And quite frankly, it looked to me like some of the Chiefs defensively just gave up on it.
Boy, what presence on the part of Marino. He feels those bodies all around him. Knows it's his own man, gets the completion.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. Marino guns it over the middle again to Keith Jackson. He takes it to the 10-yard line. Appears to be a little short of the first down. Tackled by Whitmore. The Dolphins have 2 timeouts remaining and spend one of them here.
Well, they'll save one if they need it for the field goal. This is a good time to talk it over, however, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Keith Jackson, leading receiver over the season, a big target. Started out, as you probably recall, Philadelphia had a great rookie season there, 81 receptions, and has performed so well down here since he came as an unprotected free agent in '93.
It'll be 2nd and 1 from the 10. Dave Adolph's defense trying to dig in, trying to protect the lead.
There's so many relationships here. Dave Adolph was with Marty Schottenheimer at Cleveland '85, and Marty also had Tom Olivadotti. Gave him his first defensive coordinating job in Cleveland in 1985. So many relationships.
Well, the thing with over a minute left to go and the 1 timeout is that you have time to do anything you want to do offensively. You can run it. You can pass to the middle of the field. You can pass short and try to run it in. You are really not under a great deal of constraints time-wise.
2nd and inches at the 10. Marino under heavy pressure floats one into the arms of Aaron Craver, and Craver is out of bounds at the 2. One official started to signal touchdown, and the other had a better view and said no, he's not in.
Boy, what a hit by Mincy.
Right, the official working the goal line, who has the line of sight to the goal line and sees the ball cross the goal line, he calls it a touchdown. But the official working the sideline, who's able to see when the ball goes out of bounds, he's the one who rolls it off.
This is no touchdown. Yep. This is a great hit.
Yep, take a look at that right there. Well, I'm not so sure that wasn't a touchdown. Looked to me like he got the football inside the pylon, didn't he?
His foot was out just at about the 2-yard line, and now this is Bernie Parmalee taking it to the 1.
Did the foot go out of bounds?
I thought the foot went out of bounds.
The ball did.
Inside the 2.
Okay, if the foot is out, then of course it is out.
Meanwhile, the clock ticks down. Miami conserves its last timeout. Take another look. The left foot goes
there
out
it
at
is.
the 1
Okay.
and a half.
You're right. The foot is out. The ball wasn't. Good call by the official.
2nd and goal. They give it to Parmalee, and he can only get it to the half-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down now.
And here's their last timeout.
Remember, they had to burn that 1 timeout just prior to the 2-minute warning.
30-second
So now they're out of timeouts.
Well, if you got a Dan Marino, you're going to talk over your options at the sidelines with Don Shula. You know he's going to protect the football for you. You're going to have to throw it into the end zone, of course. And good coverage coming over the top. Number 52, Tracy Rogers. A little bit of hesitation on that. Good penetration on the part of the Kansas City Chiefs defense.
That was just the Chiefs getting underneath the Dolphins offensive line and not allowing them to get any movement. Rogers actually went so high he went clear over the top of Bernie Parmalee.
This is a big hit by Charles Mincy.
Yeah, let's go back and look at that again. There is the foot out of bounds.
Drove Craver out of bounds, forced that left foot to go out of bounds. That was a great recovery on the part of Mincy.
And it's a good look at the coordination that goes on between officiating crew. The one guy called it in his area of responsibility, which was looking at the ball and the goal line. And the other official, whose area of responsibility was the sideline, was all over it.
It is 3rd down and goal. Everybody up on the front line for Kansas City. And Marino's going to go to the air, backpedaling and looking and throwing for the touchdown to Ronnie Williams.
And Vaughn Booker is all over Dan Marino, and Dan Marino makes him miss. He is in Marino's face, and Frank, that's a nifty little move by Dan Marino to get away from him.
Twice on this drive, Marino, with unbelievable pressure, has the presence and the cool and the heart, if you will, to get the completion. And I don't know, you look at Montana, he orchestrates an offense. Marino just dominates an offense. He's going to make it happen.
You don't have to be fast for 20 yards. Just be fluid for a yard or two. Watch this move right there. Number 99, Booker, has a free shot at Dan Marino, and Dan, with that little sidestep to the outside, gets away and gets a touchdown for his reward.
Stoyanovich with the point after. Ronnie Williams had not scored a point in his career. Picked a pretty good time, didn't he?
That he did.
Well, Marino, Montana, glamour matchup. So often these games don't come close to living up to advanced billing, but what a half this has been. What a beauty.
I couldn't agree with you more, Al. This is everything we hoped it would be. Again, watch the right of your screen. There's Booker, and look at Marino. Not much. Just a couple yards worth of work, but enough to buy him the time.
Dan, you said something so true about both these quarterbacks. They're not the kinds of quarterbacks who are going to beat you running the football, but they have such presence in the pocket. They have a sense of feel about where people are, and believe me, when you're down there at a different level, a different plane of action, you just see flashes, you hear sounds, you feel things, and these two guys, Montana and Marino, do it as well as anyone has ever done it.
The answer you get a lot of times from a great player when you say, why did you do this? A lot of times the greatest players give you the answer, I don't know.